have to win. They have scored first here in the third quarter and trailed 14-11.
A couple of things happened there, Merle. I mentioned just a second ago, Tennessee has had 3 penalties. We have 6:30 to go in the third quarter. They've had 3 penalties, 1 on offense, 2 on defense, hurt them very badly. And the first play of that drive was a pass. And what that did, it put it in Tennessee's mind, hey, these guys will pass on any down. It opened up their offense. Foggy was able to get around the corner. The 2 big plays, Foggy down the sideline, the penalty when they pushed him out, and then the touchdown by Foggy. And it's a different ball game. He's got Tennessee's defense on the run just a little bit.
Chip Lohmiller will kick off to Anthony Miller. But it's picked up by one of the shorter men and returned to the 30-yard line. Keith Davis, who was about 4 or 5 yards in front of Anthony Miller, getting the ball out to the 30, 1st and 10 for Tennessee.
Volunteers have not been as impressive all night as they were on their first drive when Francis had 8 of 9 completions. They went right down the field. Minnesota's made adjustments, and they've shut down this Tennessee offense, except for that second touchdown, which was a screen pass. They played most of the conventional plays very well.
Miller splits out wide to the left side, Cleveland to the right side. Jeff Francis, there's the book on him for the night. 2 touchdowns for Tennessee. Francis throws, the ball is batted down. And number 56, John Leverins, the linebacker, was the man who got his hands up there to bat it down.
From Ankeny, Iowa. I know Ankeny.
Good town.
I've been in Ankeny. Minnesota defense took a short drop there. They tried the quick pass on first down. Didn't work. Minnesota ready for it.
Cleveland and Miller come to the left side for Tennessee on 2nd and 10. Tennessee goes to the run. That's William Howard. Howard wraps both hands around the football, bangs his way out across the 35 to about the 38. Donovan Small, number 35, you saw him put that rolling block for the tackle. And Small is a tough guy at 5'11", 190, a 4-year Letterman senior from Wheeling, Illinois. Plays at free safety for Minnesota. 3rd down, about a yard. Plenty to spare. Up near midfield, stopped on the 49-yard line of Tennessee by John Leverins.
Bruce Holmes, he's the middle linebacker or the right linebacker. He needs to step up and meet the block. He's catching this thing, and that creates the space. Get up in there. Don't lose your feet. Got to protect your legs. See how he went down? And his own man went over him after he was blocked. Nobody to pursue, and they get the first down. You got to recognize it quick. Get up in that hole.
William Howard, 9 carries, 47 yards. Francis screens to the right side. It is going to Anthony Miller, and Miller can really break him big. Miller all the way down to the 25-yard line of Minnesota. A gain of 26 yards to Anthony Miller, the junior from Pasadena, California.
Well, they've thrown away that conservative offense that they've been running since early in the first quarter, and they've opened it up again. Francis with the gun outside. Watch the lineman come out here and make a block. Right there, you get a guy right on McKee. He's blocked. And now it's down the road. Who's Bobbitt missing, and everybody from Minnesota catching up. The Gophers are going backwards.
At the 25, Tennessee is on the march, leading at 14-11 with 4:53 to play in the third quarter. A missed hit. And then Panushka, who has just come into the game for his first carry of the night, gets nailed, but is stopped at about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's a rough awakening when you just come in. Panushka here, it's a blitz, and this is what makes the play, even though he doesn't get the tackle. That was Leverins making a hit there and slowing him down, and Panushka, they just lay on him when he falls down. That's a good call on the blitz there. They suspected run. They were able to slow it down. 2nd
down, 10 for Tennessee. Francis goes incomplete. Threw the ball into the ground. Good move also. Davis was out there. Francis recognized. He saw those white shirts.
Heady play for a sophomore and pretty good defense in Minnesota.
He just threw that ball right into the ground.
That was for you.
For me? For me, Ricky? That was for me.
Ricky Foggy.
I don't think it should be lost on us that John Gutekunst, who's the head coach of Minnesota, was also a defensive coordinator. And the defense for the Gophers has played very well since the first quarter.
3rd down 10. Francis wants it in the air. Completes a pass, but a tremendous hit by Deuce Bobik on Keith Davis. And he got about 5 yards, and Deuce Bobik really punished him.
That's a hard name to forget. We talked about the Minnesota defense being slow of foot. They are, but their philosophy is, hey, if you catch it, I'm going to make you pay for it. And there he is right there carrying out that philosophy, and it'll work. 6'4", 235. You get popped by him enough times, and you'll be seeing stars.
It'll be 4th down and 4. Rebays will go from the 26, making it a 36-yard effort. Rebays with a good, strong leg, has the distance. It is not good, however. It is wide. Minnesota will take over. And we'll be back after these messages from your local station. This is the Raycom Sports Network. 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Merle Harmon and Kevin Kiley with you at the 28th Annual Liberty Bowl in Memphis, Tennessee. It's Minnesota's ball, 1st down, the Gopher 20. Foggy again throwing on 1st down. Completes this one out of bounds at the 28 to Mel Anderson, the senior from Homestead, Pennsylvania.
Well, this is an adjustment that you can see. A lot of times you come out in the second half of the game, we get up here and we talk about adjustments. Well, they did this. Here's one you can see. If you saw the first half of this game, Minnesota ran on 13 out of 14 1st down situations. They went in, they decided, we're opening it up, we're going to throw on 1st down. It's made a big difference.
The book on Ricky Foggy tonight. 2nd down 2 coming up after that pass play of 8. Minnesota gets it on the run to Ron Getz, number 37, the freshman from Waconia, Minnesota.
Great block by Paul Anderson, the left guard. Is he ever quick? He was across that line and gets right off his butt, picking up the 1st down.
Getz getting 7 on the play. The disqualified players after that little melee over on the sideline, Carlos McGee and Roselle Richardson were ejected for Minnesota. McGee, a defensive back, Roselle Richardson, the fullback, and Victor Pepper, the starting quarterback for Tennessee, was ejected. Foggy throwing, and a completion, yes, at the 48-yard line to Mel Richardson. Boy, they work on that short side of the field with not much room.
Yeah, what a play by Foggy.
Check that. It was Ray Armstrong who made the reception.
Yeah, watch this play by Foggy. I mean, Foggy is literally going out of bounds here, throwing against his movement. Keeps it in bounds, boom, right where it needs to be.
Ray Armstrong, a freshman from Jacksonville, Arkansas, on the reception. Another 1st down for Minnesota at the 47-yard line of Tennessee. Foggy options to the short side again, this time to Darrell Thompson. Thompson doesn't get much. There's no place to run. But he is out of bounds at about the 44 by Dale Jones.
Well, Pepper is out of the game, the corner. He's the right corner. And if you'll notice, they're going towards the right side of the defense. Pepper is the most consistent cornerback they had. We'll show you what happens when you have a fight on a football field. You get tossed out of a game like this. You not only hurt yourself, you hurt your team. Peppers was making all those plays and keeping contained on the short side of the field. He's not there anymore. Dennis
Carter is a wideout now for Minnesota. Kevin Wilson is the fullback in the eye. Thompson, big yardage, 25 of Tennessee. A gain of 18 yards by Darrell Thompson. And Andre Kramer, number 1, the left cornerback, had to stop him. And Thompson is now 19 carries for 100 yards.
Now, what's the difference, you say? Well, they're passing the ball. It makes the defense set just a little bit. Now they're looking pass rush, and bang, right up the middle. You don't see him, but he's gone. Here he comes. Tennessee reading pass. They've been successful with the pass. They're not as aggressive on the run, and Thompson's just too quick. He's through that hole before they know it.
1st down, Minnesota back to the run with Kevin Wilson, the senior from Aurora, Illinois. And he is at about the 22-yard line of Tennessee.
The key to the game right there, Foggy. He's able to run and he's thrown the ball extremely well in the second half. He's made Tennessee's defense a lot more defensive. They're not as aggressive as they were. They're thinking a lot more, and he's been the key. He's run and he's thrown well.
We're nearing the 1-minute mark to go in the third quarter. Tennessee leading Minnesota 14-11. Minnesota on the move with a 2nd down and 7 coming up. Penn, Thompson, and Wilson are in that wishbone. Foggy throws under a rush, and it is incomplete, out of bounds. The receiver was the tight end Craig Otto, number 84, out of Elk River, Minnesota.
A lot of pressure on Foggy there. They came right away. Tennessee, their outside people coming right at him. You'll see it here as Foggy. He really doesn't have time, and he throws this ball a long way across the field. Here you go. Off his back foot. That was Charles Davis coming from the strong safety position. That's a surprise on him. A little strong safety force. Foggy had to get rid of it.
And a surprise for our cameraman, Bruce Deck. Hang in there, Bruce. Boy, 3rd down and 7. They were coming right at him. Thompson going for the 1st down. He's going to be very close. He's at the 15, just barely inside the 15. It was Terry Brown, free safety, who made the tackle. And we have 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. 1st down. Travel arrangement. 1st down, Minnesota 15-yard line. Foggy options, pitches, and Thompson rolled out of bounds at about the 12, and a flag was dropped.
Well, that was a crazy play there. That was about a 12-inch pitch. Right at the sideline. Foggy, these guys, I'll tell you, they pitch the ball. It doesn't have to be very far for them to pitch it.
Holding against Minnesota.
Big penalty there.
You know, one of the things that you have to be impressed with Thompson's running, but as a freshman, you got to be impressed with his poise.
Well, he's a special player, you can tell. A kid who's 17, 18 years old. For him to be able to run with the power that he does and read the holes as quickly as he does.
And handle those pitches.
Yeah, and he handles the pitches well. You're right, Merle. I mean, he's a special player, but he's been recognized already. He's number 1 on the first team, all Big Ten this year. He's a freshman. He led the Big Ten in rushing. I mean, that's right there, the stature leading the Big Ten in rushing. And when you're talking about a kid who's just out of high school, he's got a long way to go. And the thing about him, he's tall and he's 204 pounds. He'll put about 20 pounds on that guy. He'll be a train. They're
letting the clock run down to end the third quarter, and we have come to the end of the third period here at the 28th Annual Liberty Bowl. The Tennessee Volunteers are leading the Minnesota Golden Gophers by a score of 14-11, but the Gophers are on the march. They'll have a 1st and 20 when we return for the fourth quarter. Going to the fourth quarter, Tennessee leading Minnesota 14-11. Look at the yardage.
Minnesota has obviously dominated the third quarter.
And here we go in the fourth quarter. 1st and 20 on the 24-yard line of Tennessee for the Golden Gophers. Foggy sees a little bit of daylight and bounces off a tackle by Marion Hobby and gets a couple of more yards before he goes down. But he's going to be coming up with a 2nd and probably 15 or so.
Now, this is a guy who's been around. He started since he was a freshman. He was the MVP of the team the first 2 years, his freshman, sophomore year. Thompson got it this year. He's cool under pressure, but I still would like to see him get a little bit lower. He fights for yardage. He's only 185 pounds. He's going to get himself hurt. These are big guys out there. He needs to learn when to go down.
Look at that rushing yardage. 2nd down and 14 after a gain of 6. Little pass over the middle, incomplete. Ron Getz the fullback, and boy, they had a rush on Foggy. Tennessee was coming.
Well, there was a great example of a guy keeping his head under pressure. Here's a play where he's really cool because there's a million guys around him and a bunch of guys around the fullback too. Look at this. He takes all the hits. Little flip over his head, and Getz, who is too a freshman just out of high school, can't hold on to the thing, trying to run before he catches it. I don't know that thing would have gone anywhere, Merle. 3rd
down on the 19-yard line of Tennessee. The 12th play on the drive for Minnesota from their own 20-yard line.
Tough down for this team. Tough down. In spite of their passing success, they're a running team. Tennessee will be looking for the throw.
Instead, they go to the run. Thompson inside the 10 to about the 7. Tackled by Brian Hunt, number 74.
Well, that they got some yardage on this should not be a surprise. Tennessee's got to be playing loose, looking for the pass. The call is what's in question. Are they going for the field goal, trying to set it up? A lot of running room in there. And here you're going to see it again. That's Foggy. Thompson ought to be able to run against a little bit of a loose defense. He does, but Tennessee accomplishes what they wanted to do. They hold him. There'll be a field goal attempt.
Lohmiller, 1 out of 2, missed from 42, hit one from 27. This will be a 25-yard effort to tie the game. It's 14-14 in the Liberty Bowl with 13:23 left to play, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned to the end of tonight's game when we'll be picking the Hayes Microcomputers Player of the Game. That's the Hayes Player of the Game at the end of tonight's telecast. Hayes Microcomputers. Say yes to the future with Hayes. From about 18 floors above the floor of the Liberty Bowl, Merle Harmon and Kevin Kiley with you, and we want to thank our spotters, Bill Spillner, who's handling Tennessee. We'll also thank our sponsors, and Mark Johnson, who's working the Minnesota board, and Marty Arnoff, who does his usual excellent job as our statistician. And gentlemen, we thank you. Man, we're up in the air watching this one.
I'd like to thank the selection committee. It's a pretty good matchup.
Yes, sir. Bud Dudley and his group putting on another tremendous show here in Memphis. Chip Lohmiller to kick it off. Downfield comes the football. Anthony gets out across the 30 to about the 33. A return of 30 yards. And that's where we are, and it's a long way up here, folks.
It was as a cloud just went by.
You know, letter to mail, just hand it to the pilot, huh?
No, I can't even see the numbers. Can you, Merle? It's a good thing they got different color uniforms.
There's the Liberty Bowl trophy, and it is beautiful.
It's also up for grabs.
That's the shape of the stadium, by the way. That's a replica of the stadium. They're going to enlarge the stadium to 65,000 for next year. Francis goes over the middle. Man open. Catch made at the 46-yard line.
That was Davis, I believe. I was Kenneth Davis, Keith Davis out there, and he's wide open all the way. He slips out of the backfield, and he gets loose downfield. No, that's not Davis. That was Middlebrooks, the tight end. I'm sorry, Middlebrooks, the tight end, on a pattern, a little bit of a flag pattern, straight down the field, wide open all the way.
1st and 10 on the 46-yard line of Minnesota. Score tied at 14. Francis throwing. Francis hitting. And the receiver is Anthony Miller. And Miller can really turn it on down the sideline, but he is out of bounds. Miller has averaged 18.5 yards per catch this year, and he just picked up 24 on that one.
Well, this pattern has killed Minnesota. Not only are they not covering these guys on this little hitch pattern, they're not tackling them either. Now, Martinez got to do a better job than that. He's got to come up with a little more force. If he's going to miss the tackle, he's got to be going full speed. Because this guy, they're just turning up field all day. Clinkscale scored on that early in the game, got loose another time. They can't let that happen.
Tennessee on the move now. In Gopher territory at the 23. Tennessee to the run. It's Howard. And Howard is inside the 20 to about the 18. Leverens, the linebacker, number 56, making the tackle. Tonight's official attendance, 51,327, a sellout crowd. And as I mentioned a moment ago, they're going to start construction very shortly on the stadium here to increase the capacity to 65,000. They will go up with seats across the way, the area that you're looking at now. 2nd down, 6. William Howard near the 15. Deuce Bobick, Mark Deuce Bobick from Faribault, Minnesota, on the tackle.
He's played a whale of a second half. Deuce Bobick didn't hear too much from him in the first half, but he's been around the ball in the second half.
Howard has carried 11 times for 54 yards. He's the leading rusher for Tennessee, 787 coming into this game. Miller, Jim Miller, has not been seen much tonight. He's usually the short yardage fullback. Right now he is in there. Oh, check it. That's Howard again. Francis to throw. Lost it to the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Joey Clinkscales, his second touchdown reception tonight. Reveiz for the extra point try now. 20-14 Tennessee. 21-14 Tennessee. A 15-yard touchdown pass to Clinkscales.
Well, this guy specializes in the over-the-shoulder catch. Francis, what a great pass here. And Martinez, no chance, and a heck of a catch by Clinkscale. That thing right in his hand over his shoulder, just the way he likes it. This is a guy who was recruited by Oklahoma and Georgia. Clinkscale decided to come to Tennessee, and he's glad he did. One of the truly great young receivers that they have. Excuse me, he's a senior, a leader on this receiving corps. Great play here. Okay, here it is. Now, this is a play that when you have an excellent quarterback and a good receiver, you can make it work. They loft the pass. Defense is not really bad. A little bit of pushing in there. He needs to turn around. He didn't turn around. When Clinkscale turned around, had he turned around, he might have got his hand on it. Instead, he's going in blind, has no chance to get the ball.
Clinkscales has got 2 touchdown passes. Francis has thrown for 3. And Tennessee is back on top, 21-14. Back on top, 21-14, 11:21 to go in the ball game.
Bang, bang, bang. What was that plays?
Didn't take long.
Yeah, they got that air game going. Francis is very impressive, I think, for a sophomore. This guy's going to be around 2 more years, and he's got some receivers.
So now Reveiz will kick off. Francis had those big shoes to fill. We mentioned at the outset of the ball game, Darrell Dickey, of course, had an outstanding year last year for Tennessee. The leather is popping as the return is made to the 35-yard line by Kevin Wilson. So Wilson has been the up man, so to speak. 3 returns for him tonight. Up to the 35-yard line, Minnesota will take over there.
The thing about both these teams, I think is so great, is that Tennessee was 2-5. They won their last 4. They don't quit. Minnesota got hammered. I mean, hammered by Oklahoma, 63-0. Then lost the following week to the University of the Pacific. A very discouraging loss, and yet they came back, rebuilt, and in the next to last game of the year, they beat Michigan. No quit in either one of these teams, and we got a ways to go.
So now Minnesota 1st and 10, 36-yard line rather, of the Golden Gophers. Foggy airs it out down the sideline, incomplete, intended for Mel Anderson, number 89. Kramer had the coverage.
Yeah, that was a bad choice, I think, Merle. Kevin Wilson, the fullback, was wide open down the middle. He chose to go up against that defensive back again on the corner when he could have thrown it to Wilson in the deep middle zone.
So now Ricky Foggy has his 2nd and 10 covered up at his own 36-yard line. We're near the 11-minute mark to go in this ball game.
And you know Wilson will come back and let him know exactly what the situation was on that play.
2nd and 10. Carter is in as a wideout for Minnesota. Thompson on the run. Thompson bangs out across the 40, moves it to the 42. One of the things that really impresses about Thompson is he was brought down by Brian Kimbrough, number 55, the outside linebacker. One of the things that impresses, when he sees that he's going to make contact, he gets down low and gets that extra 2 or 3 yards.
That's unusual for a freshman because they've just come out of high school, and usually the great ones were such great athletes in high school that nobody really got good hits on him, didn't touch him. And this kid is smart, and he's got a lot of the great techniques.
At the 42, Thompson is at the midfield stripe for a 1st down for the Golden Gophers.
And some strength to go with it. How about the strength on that play?
Got 8 on it.
He bought his people. He bought his offensive linemen plaques at the end of the year because he led the Big Ten in rushing. And to show you how smart he is, he also bought the offensive coaches some plaques. Look at this. He's hit there. And you're right. See how he gets that lean? And that lean is what helps him get yardage.
And so we have a timeout with 10 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the Liberty Bowl game. The Volunteers of Tennessee 21, the Golden Gophers of Minnesota 14. Minnesota going to a pass but losing yardage as Tennessee's defense really toughens up. And Dale Jones winds up throwing the Ron Getz for a loss. Let's see where they mark that ball, though. At the 44-yard line. It'll be second and almost 15 yards to go.
That was a screen pass, and against a well-coached defense that can read that type of thing, it just didn't work. And Getz had dropped one earlier. That was the one he needed to drop.
Second down for Ricky Foggie in Minnesota. Not much on the run this time. Kevin Wilson, the fullback, number 31, moving out to about the 48, almost the 49, where it'll be third down and 10. Both these teams get tremendous fan support. Minnesota playing in the Hubert Humphrey Metrodome, almost sellout crowds for every game. Tonight's rushing shows Thompson the leader by far, but this gives you an idea of what kind of Minnesota running game the fans watch when they play in the Metrodome.
Foggie's got most of that in the second half, about 45 minutes.
Play action fake. Foggie throws, and it is tipped and incomplete. It'll be fourth down.
That was great pressure.
The intended receiver.
Excuse me, that was great pressure by Tennessee. They made that play happen. And now Minnesota losing momentum just a little bit. They're going to have to punt the ball.
Talking about Minnesota's support, they averaged over 60,000 a game. They set an all-time Metrodome record, 65,000 for their Iowa game. But how about Tennessee? Boy, they average in the 90,000s. And I understand they're going to put some more seats at Neyland Stadium.
Well, they got 73,000 for the spring game.
Wouldn't that something?
That's incredible.
They averaged about 92,000 a game.
I think they broke Minnesota's record for a spring game. I think Minnesota was up around 40 or 50.
Brent Herbal for his first punt. And a fair catch is called for and taken at the 17-yard line by Thomas Woods. So Tennessee will play it after that 34-yard punt. And we'll be back after these messages from your local station on the Raycom Sports Network. Tennessee takes over at its own 17-yard line. We're in the fourth quarter. 8:42 remaining to play. Jeff Francis at the controls of the Volunteers. Great hit behind the line on William Howard. Leverens came firing through there, the linebacker, and popped him down on the 15.
Ankeny, Iowa. John Leverens played basketball, baseball, track, and I'll tell you, read this thing immediately, cut right through before those linemen could get to him. Number 56. He's in the Liberty Bowl. He's happy.
Second down, 12 for Tennessee. Francis looks to this side, completes it to Anthony Miller, and again the defense of Minnesota reacted with Charles McCree, number 3, the left cornerback, who started tonight in place of the suspended Dwayne Detrell, and he is there on the tackle.
And that was a tackle. Now that was what a cornerback is supposed to do on that hitch pattern. He came up and he made the hit, good solid hit, drove him back a little bit.
And Anthony Miller is down. Miller started to try to hobble off the field and then just couldn't make it.
These guys are so fast, and he's another one. He's got tremendous speed. And that hitch pattern is it seems like a short pattern. It is to complete it, but it's a big play pattern because you've seen these guys slip tackles.
Miller's the leading receiver for Tennessee with 667 yards coming into this ball game, but he had a 70-yard touchdown catch against Alabama and a 60-yarder against Auburn. He also can, well, they've used him in the past on reverses, and I believe I saw him in one game where he ran out of the tailback spot on a pitch.
Speed kills. Tennessee has great young people and a lot of speed. Miller is a junior. He'll be back another year. He's okay. I think he just had the wind knocked out.
Francis, who had a great start in the first quarter, has now come back here in this period and completed his last 5 passes.
He's completed 64% plus for the year, and that's a tremendous statistic, but when you're a sophomore, it's equally impressive, especially a sophomore that did not have a great running game early and had to complete passes.
Woods is wide left for Tennessee. It is third down. 3rd and 8. Tackle miss, almost an interception, but a pass broken up. And again, it's Leverens, the linebacker. Flag was dropped on the play, however. Leverens, only a freshman.
What a reaction by Leverens for a linebacker. That's got to be holding, yeah. They were coming hard. Minnesota had two guys. One guy went right by Francis, and the other guy was bearing down on him. They had to hold to protect him. Gophers have been coming out of the ground here lately. Dusbabek, see, here he goes. He might be being held there. Then you have a little push. Maybe the second guy is the one they called. And how about that for reaction from a linebacker? As strong as he throws the ball, Leverens was able to get in there, almost intercepted.
The holding penalty rejected. 4th down, 8. Bob Garman in to do the punting.
Garman's a great story. He was having a problem with his kicking. And Coach May, there you see another one.
Not too much on that one, and the ball is out of bounds at the 49-yard line in Tennessee territory. And so Minnesota, great field position. 7:15 left to play in the ball game. 21-14 Volunteers, only a 29-yard kick.
I was talking about Bob Garman. When we left, Coach Majors put an ad in the school newspaper looking for a punter last year, trying to shake him up, did a little yelling. He said he came around just fine. Very pleased with his punting until that last one. Yeah.
Minnesota, 1st down. Inside Tennessee territory. The pitch comes to the tailback, Thompson. And Thompson is down at about the 45-yard line of Tennessee. Keith DeLong, number 33, the inside linebacker, on the hit. Comparing the quarterbacks, Francis 216 yards in the air, Foggy 119, but on the other side, Foggy has rushed for 52, and 40 of those were in that one touchdown drive when he scored.
Equally valuable to their teams, though. I wouldn't give either one of them the edge at this point. They've both been making the thing go.
On 3rd down, 8. Foggy throwing incomplete on the 38-yard line. Brian Kimbrough, number 55, covering Mel Anderson, the split end. And it's 3rd down. I believe I said 3rd down a moment ago. This will be the 3rd down play coming up.
Yeah, Kimbrough did the right thing. He was in position to make contact and get a penalty, but he laid off, and the pass wasn't completed. A hard thing for a linebacker to do, but he just kind of sat back.
3rd down, 7 coming up.
Tough down. This is a tough down for Minnesota. Real tough, because they become predictable at this point, and that's exactly what they want to stay away from.
Here comes the blitz. Tennessee stops Thompson.
Well, the key to this thing was the middle, the blitz. They stuffed all the holes. They made him commit right away out of the ice. He has to go outside right away. You've got outside leverage. It's Kimbrough again with Davis and everybody helping out. They made him go right away. He wasn't able to pick his hole. He had to go outside. The defense was there. Dale Jones there, too. I'd be real careful here if I was Tennessee. Real careful.
Thomas Woods is back for Brent Herbel's 2nd kick for Minnesota. Herbel from Grafton, North Dakota, a freshman, has averaged almost 41 yards a punt this year. Fair catch called for, but the ball rolls back into the end zone for the touchback, and Tennessee will play it from the 20. That was a 46-yard kick. Timeout, 5:35 to go. Back after this from your local station on the Raycom Sports Network. Tennessee takes over at its own 20-yard line after that punt that went into the end zone. I want to thank Minnesota Athletic Director Paul Giel and Coach John Gutekunst and his staff and SID Bob Peterson for their help in our telecast tonight. 1st and 10, Tennessee at the 20. Francis on the pitch, and that defense reacts as William Howard gets nailed by Larry Joyner, who came firing through there, and John Leverens again.
Larry Joyner, sometimes they list him as a strong safety. Watch him split the block. I think there's a little bit of holding. No problem. He goes right through that and makes the play. Now that's great defense and big play on 1st down. Now we've got a 2nd and real long. This kid's a senior, and he's been a tough one for Minnesota. Been through some hard times. It was a 1-10 season early in his career, and these guys have bounced back from that to go to 2 straight bowls.
Mike Joyner started the season as strong safety and then moved to the rush linebacker spot on the outside. A Memphis native. And the pass is incomplete. intercepted but out of bounds. I think it was intercepted. I don't know if he held the ball or not, but anyway, the signal was out of bounds.
Steve Franklin over there, and that was a heck of a defensive play by Franklin, and very close to being a turnover in Tennessee territory.
Well, thanks to Athletic Director Doug Dickey of Tennessee, Coach Johnny Majors and his staff, and Haywood Harris, the Sports Information Director, for their assistance in our telecast tonight.
Go for defense. The defensive backs very much slower than Tennessee's receivers. Done a great job since early in that first quarter.
Third down, 15 after the first play, lost 5. Francis with some time throws to William Howard, and Howard is out of the hole in the first down of the 32. A gain of 16 yards to William Howard, the All-Southeastern Conference fullback.
Boy, Minnesota did just what they wanted to do. They kept it in front of them, short of the first down. Now Howard, see him looking downfield, there's nothing. Now Howard hooks up. He's nowhere near the first down there, but right there, a missed tackle, and Howard just powering for about 8 yards makes the difference. The defense was correct. They kept him short, completed it short of the first down, but he was able to power his way up, and that's a big, big play for Tennessee.
4 minutes, 22 seconds left in the game. Tennessee leading 21-14. Howard on the run. Howard showing the power once more as he gets to the 35, running behind Darrell Smith and Harry Galbraith.
Well, that first down took the Minnesota running game out of the rest of the game now, because now we're getting down to 4 minutes. Had they got a turnover and gotten the ball, or had him turn the ball over on downs and gotten the ball with 4 or 4.5 minutes to go, they could have used that running game. And now with Tennessee running it down, it's going to be 2 minutes, minute and a half. They're going to lose more field position. Takes their running game out. They're going to have to go strictly pass, and that's a big disadvantage.
Blake Scales comes wide to the left side. Now Tennessee split the backs. Coming back up the middle. William showing his talents to the 43-yard line.
Volunteers running when they have to run. The mark of a good team. Move the chains. Howard leading the way. He's the leading rusher, the guy you would expect to get the ball in this situation.
William comes from Lima, Ohio. 1st and 10, 43-yard line. Now we're down to 3:15 to go in the ball game. Staying on the ground. Howard churning it up in the middle, going to about the 49. We had a flag drop. Holding against the offense.
Yeah, it's a big penalty there. It's a little bit of the halftime show on the field down there.
For those of you just joining us, we're going to show you the touchdown scored just a little while ago that gave Tennessee the lead again.
This was that loft pass in the end zone to Klingscale over the shoulder. That's the way he likes him. Jeff likes to throw him the way he likes him because he catches him better, and that's been the difference in the game. A great pass, and Francis actually has probably been the difference in the game at this point. A tremendous sophomore quarterback with a good arm, very accurate, and knows the game. 3 touchdown passes. Tennessee's got 3 touchdowns.
First down, 18, Tennessee. On the ball, 36. Draw to Davis. That doesn't get much, just about the line of scrimmage, but it does eat up some time. Steve Thompson, number 96, the left tackle, and Bruce Holmes, number 88, the strong linebacker, on the hit for Minnesota. Clock running at 2:23 to go.
Minnesota has all their timeouts. I believe Tennessee had the one taken. They have 2 timeouts because of the crowd noise early in the second half. Minnesota has some time, but they need to stop Tennessee on this drive, on this particular series.
Jim Miller, the fullback, William Howard, the tailback, and then eye for Tennessee. Play action, screen left. Tennessee, big in the air, and that's Anthony Miller. And Anthony Miller picks up some valuable yardage, but they're still about 7 yards short of a first down. They got about 11 on that.
Boy, that's confidence in your quarterback's arm. Johnny Majors throwing it across the field laterally. If that thing's picked off, it's a touchdown for the other team, and you got to believe that your quarterback can read that thing, not throw it into traffic, and get it there. And he let him do it, and it worked.
3rd down and 6. Minnesota Now facing that clock that is running at 1:23 to go in the game. Third down for Tennessee. They try to get it in the air. Francis trying to run out of the trap, throws the ball into the ground wisely. He had Anthony Miller in the area, but all he was concerned about was just getting rid of that football and not going for an interception, throwing the ball into the ground, which again shows the sophomore poise of Jeff Francis.
Yeah, I believe Leverenz called a timeout after that play, and that would have stopped the clock anyway. He threw the ball into the ground, would have stopped the clock. Minnesota calling a timeout, that's a waste of a timeout, but that'll happen. A lot of young kids out there. It's an exciting game. See, John is saying, who called that timeout?
Apparently,
come on, John, you've got two more.
Coach Goody just found out that someone had called a timeout. Now he's only got one left now. Johnny Major says, that's all right, guys. 21-14, Volunteers over Minnesota. This is the first time these two teams have ever met in a football game. Liberty Bowl has been the host to Tennessee for 3 times now. Tennessee beating Arkansas 14-13 here in 1971 and defeating Maryland 7-3 in the Liberty Bowl in 1974. Now it's just 4th down. Bob Garman back to do the punting.
And bad punt last time and 10 men on the line of scrimmage.
Martinez is deep. They're going for it. Only a single man back there. Here comes the Minnesota rush, but Garman gets it away. Matt Martinez on the sideline, comes up the sideline. Oh, should have gone out of bounds. We had a flag drop. So the clock is stopped with 1 second remaining.
Well, you got to stop the clock and change the possession, but you're right, Merle. He should have gone out of bounds.
And we have a timeout now with 1:01 to go. 21-14, Tennessee over Minnesota. Merle Herman and Kevin Kiley with you. 1 second left in the ball game. 5 defensive backs on the field for Tennessee. Foggy 8 out of 18, 119 yards, throwing back at the middle. It's incomplete. The intended receiver was Craig Otto, the tight end, number 84. He looked over his shoulder one way. The ball was coming the other way.
Well, the thing's been open the entire game. This thing up the middle, they got a completion early, but it was to the fullback. But the pattern is basically the same. Tennessee has left his dead spot. Ball thrown over the wrong shoulder, as you can see. He turned that way. Foggy threw it the other way.
Foggy has completed 1 of his last 7. Now with 55 seconds to go. Tennessee leading at 21-14. Foggy will go airborne again. Fires away, incomplete. Otto, the tight end, again the target. Andre Kramer, number 1, had the coverage. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Gophers.
Well, Kramer's the guy that came in for Pepper when he was thrown out of the game, and they're clearly trying to get it to him. And the reason now they're going to the tight end is because they're trying to get isolation, as we talked about earlier, on a slower player. But Tennessee has got their cornerbacks out there. They've got defensive backs all over the field now covering the big people.
3rd and 10. And a whistle stopping play. And timeout is called by Tennessee. 48 seconds remaining in this ball game. Volunteers are leading it 21-14. Each team now with 1 timeout remaining in this 28th Liberty Bowl. Tonight's Liberty Bowl game has been brought to you by the 1987 Chevy truck, because nothing works like a Chevy truck. Nothing. And by IBM and the growing family of IBM personal computers. By the U.S. Armed Forces. It's a great place to start. By Visa, accepted worldwide for shopping, dining, and travel. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. And by Budweiser, Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. 48 seconds left to play in this ball game, with Tennessee leading at 21-14 over the Minnesota Golden Gophers. I want to thank our excellent Raycom crew for their coverage tonight, led by executive producer Don McGuire, director Lonnie Dale, and a lot of hard-working people. Foggy on 3rd and 10. Completes this one up to the 35-yard line. It was Jason Bruce, number 38, brought down by Andre Kramer. A gain of 13 and a first down, and 38 seconds left of the game. Minnesota ready to snap that ball as soon as the chains have been moved. Clock runs. Play underway. Foggy to Thompson out of the backfield. Not much there at the 39, and the clock shows 29 seconds. Keith DeLong, 33, the inside linebacker, stops the play, and Minnesota stops the clock with this last timeout.
Well, that was their last timeout. I was incorrect before. I thought that was, they had an extra one, but that's their last timeout, and they've got 29 seconds to go.
The president of Raycom Sports is Rick Ray. Executive Vice President Dee Ray. Our executive producer Don McGuire, and tonight's game was directed by Lonnie Dale. Technical director Stacy Smith. Associate producer David Handler. Associate director Ted Garcia. We hope you'll join Raycom for more of the finest in college football and basketball every season. Wednesday on many of these stations, see Baylor and Colorado meet in the 1986 Liberty Bowl. And then check your local listings for the best in college basketball, as Raycom televises more of the best college teams than anyone in the country, leading up to the championship tournaments in March. From coast to coast, no one covers college sports like Raycom Sports. Coach John Gutekunst. Goody, they call him, Coach Goody. Players were really pulling for him to get the job when Lou Holtz went to Notre Dame.
It was a smart move hiring him.
Yep.
It wasn't a great shock to the team.
2nd down, 6. Foggy over the middle. Caught and dropped after the hit, and a very strong hit by Charles Davis, as he hit Mel Anderson. Now the clock showing 22 seconds. It'll be 3rd down from the 40-yard line of Minnesota.
Well, they're going to have to go up on top here for a big one. There's no way that with the time running down now that they can pick away at this thing. They've got to get down to the 20-yard line or closer, and they're going to have to do it right now.
Anderson wide to the right. Ball is batted down. It'll be 4th and 10. Robbie Scott, number 65, the 6'1", 275-pounder out of Decatur, Tennessee. Got his hands up there to block that pass.
Well, you have a choice now. You've got 2 plays, 16 seconds. He's got time for 2 plays. He can go 2 in the end zone, 4th down. Right, he needs a 1st down, but he needs yardage too, so he can't just go for the 1st down unless they want to try a Hail Mary. So with 16 seconds to go, what I mean to say is if he gets the 1st down, he has time for 2 plays. So he can either go deep now and go for a shorter play, which would be higher percentage, or he could just toss it for the end zone right now.
4th and 6. Foggy, incomplete, and the ball goes over. Ron gets the fullback, was the intended receiver. Foggy misfired, and it is Tennessee's ball.
Now, he played a good game, though, Foggy. Real good game. This pass is thrown a little bit too hard. It behind gets. Curious how they went after this thing, going for the shoot. This thing is even short of a 1st down if it's completed. That ball was fired, and that's a fullback there. And fullbacks are not notorious for their great hands.
So Tennessee takes over on the 40-yard line of Minnesota. The Volunteers leading it 21-14 with 11 seconds left to play in the game. Minnesota now facing defeat as Tennessee will kill the clock. And our Hayes Microcomputer player of the game tonight, Jeff Francis, the quarterback of Tennessee. There's the book on him. Hayes Microcomputers say yes to the future with Hayes. Once again, our Hayes player of the game, Jeff Francis. 9 seconds. Looks like a walk-off coming up against Minnesota. So a 5-yard penalty takes the ball to the 35-yard line. The clock running down, the clock running now, and the ball game is over. And the Volunteers of Tennessee win their third Liberty Bowl game, beating the Minnesota Golden Gophers by a score of 21-14. So Tennessee is now 3-0 in Liberty Bowl competition. The 28th annual Liberty Bowl from Memphis, Tennessee, as the coaches meet in the middle of the field, and Kevin, turned out to be a good ball game.
It was a great ball game, I think. Two teams that have a lot of good young players on them, and Tennessee, of course, with those great skill people, still young, and Francis, the sophomore quarterback. And how about the Gophers here? You're going to have the Gophers with their great tailback Thompson. Let's take a look at that last touchdown. And this is why Francis was the player of the game. This guy's not only got a strong arm, here's the accuracy. He didn't have to throw it hard, but he threw it right in there, the only place he could. 3 touchdown passes for Francis today. He was the difference in the game. The Tennessee passing offense just too strong for Minnesota.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Merle Harmon along with Kevin Kiley from Memphis. This has been a copyrighted presentation of Raycom Sports.
I was mostly worried about what I'd do to you.
To me? I don't understand.
Well, remember in 4th grade when I got that gold star in my composition? And you were so happy and proud, and you told all your friends how well I did in school and how proud you were of me?
I've always been proud of you.
Well, I was afraid this time you wouldn't be. You'd be hurt and disappointed, and you'd think I didn't care, I wasn't really trying, and I didn't want you to think that.
I see. You were more worried about failing me than failing your courses in school.
I guess so. It really bothered me.
I'm very touched by that, son. Look, I always want you to do well. But if you've tried your very best, I will always understand.
Well, I do try my best. I just don't understand geometry.
Well, we'll get you some help. That's what tutors are for. Don't ever be afraid to ask for help. There's nothing unusual about needing help with a subject. I once needed a tutor for Latin. As a matter of fact, I could use one for Brontosaurus building. Don't worry, Arnold. You'll catch on to geometry.
I'm not as worried about that as I am about getting punished.
All right, I'll tell you, Arnold, I'm going to ground you for 2 weeks. That and the punishment you've already inflicted on yourself should wipe the slate clean.
Man, what a week.
You know, Arnold, Einstein had a lot of trouble in school. Yeah, he was even thrown out once. I'll be very happy if you were 1 fraction as good as Einstein was.
I'm setting my sights higher. I want to be as good as you.
Hanover Jewelry is going out of business after 75 years of being the source in Birmingham for fine jewelry. The owners are retiring, and all of Hanover's fine jewelry inventory must be sold. Save 40% on gift items and 50% on all fine diamonds, gold chains, fine cultured pearls, diamond, ruby, emerald, and sapphire rings, earrings, and pendants. Over $500,000 worth of fine jewelry must be sold. Hanover Jewelry going out of business sale, and save big on all your gift needs. 206 20th Street. Hanover Jewelry is going out of business.
I'd like you to meet a talking bear who's a lot more fun than Teddy Ruxpin. Say hello, Bingo Bear.
Nice to meet you.
Bingo's different.
I couldn't agree more.
He doesn't play tapes like Teddy.
That's very interesting.
Bingo actually responds to your child so they can have a real conversation.
Oh, yeah? What else?
I think you're cute and cuddly.
I think I'm in love.
Me too. New Bingo Bear from Hasbro. The last word in talking bears.
Bingo!
Can you recognize the early warning signs of a double pizza emergency? It's the 2 for Special. 2 specially made pizzas for a special low price. The 4-topper and the super pepperoni. Hurry, it's for a limited time only.
And I just thought I was seeing double.
2 for Special at Godfather's Pizza. What are you waiting for?
Even Davy Johnson, manager of the Mets, has days when his pitcher and his stomach balk.
Can't believe he walks a leadoff batter.
Which is why Davy keeps Rolaids nearby. Rolaids antacid is serious medicine that consumes all the acid required to bring millions 100% relief.
I hope he doesn't throw him a fastball.
And on days filled with errors and frankfurters, Rolaids relief is what's needed most.
I should have gone into golf.
Get serious relief. Get Rolaids.
Your favorite hobby may be hazardous to your health. I'm Brian Pia. Join me tonight for this 6 on Your Side Consumer Report on WBRC 6 News at 10.
At work and play, when you get that hungry feeling any time of the day, Combos really cheeses your hunger away.
Cheese-flavored Combos, a wholesome filled snack made with real cheese packed into a crunchy baked nugget. So inside you, it's real good food.
Now you're gonna trade that hungry feeling for a smile on your face. 'Cause Combos really cheeses your hunger away.
It's a Circuit City Christmas, and you'll find big savings on VCRs. This Panasonic VCR with wireless remote control is a great gift, and it's just $259. No matter what it is in home electronics, we've got it at Circuit City. This Panasonic phone answering system is only $77. So for the season's most exciting gifts, come to Circuit City, Santa's choice.
Merry Christmas.
People go to the mall for 2 reasons. They love to shop,
I love to shop.
and they love to eat at Chick-fil-A. Now, you could have eaten on your way to the mall, but you held out for Chick-fil-A to get that delicious, original boneless breast of chicken sandwich you can only get at the mall. Chick-fil-A.
Now, don't you just love to shop? Chick-fil-A.
You'll also love our delicious value meals, great taste, and great savings at Chick-fil-A in Birmingham, Gadsden, Tuscaloosa, Jasper, Fairfield, and Oxford.
Magnum, today at 4 on WBRC 6.
Phil, can you believe how long it took them to solve that puzzle?
No, Wheel of Fortune is not an easy game to play.
Oh, please. As soon as they called the letters R and H, I knew the Indian tribe with their Arapaho.
You never heard of the Arapaho in your life.
How would you like a Arapaho in your mouth?
No, like Pat Sajak says on the show, it's a lot easier playing a game in your living room in Glenlawn than being a contestant in a big studio in Burbank.
Oh, please, you heard the man said I was one of the best contestants that ever tested for that show. And as soon as they call me and tell me I'm going to be on the show, I'll show that to you.
Well, there's a big difference when you're playing for real money, under pressure.
Under pressure? Oh, please, Miss Thane, that's when I'm at my best, under pressure. Honey, I never get rattled under pressure. Why don't you ring?
Pull yourself together, they'll call. Just try to stay calm.
Oh, you're going to pretend that you aren't nervous, huh?
I'm not nervous.
Well, why are you shaking?
I'm not shaking.
You're shaking. That's them, girl. That's them.
Well, pick up the phone.
I can't. My hands are shaking.
Hello? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Samantha isn't here.
Give me that phone. Samantha ran away from home. Call back in 2 years.
Well, that's a terrible thing to do.
Girl, I ain't got time to be taking no messages. I got to leave this line open for Burbank.
Any news yet?
Not yet.
What are you doing?
Calling Simpson at the station.
Well, use the radio in your car.
Don't argue with her, Chief. She's in a state.
I don't know why. It's just a game show.
Ha! Just a game show? For your information, Wheel of Fortune is the game show.
You see, Chief, one of the prizes is a trip to New York, and Nell has her heart set on winning it.
Why don't you ring? Don't just sit there.
Now, you don't want any part of New York. 2 years ago, I went to a police chief's convention there. The chief I was sharing a room with went out for a newspaper and never came back.
If I was sharing a room with you, I wouldn't come back either.
I'm not kidding, Nell. New York is a dangerous city.
That's him. Hello? No, Katie's living with a man in Mexico.
Are you crazy?
Look, I don't have time. I told you I gotta leave this line open. Ain't nobody here.
Nell, is something wrong?
Nell? Nell? That was Wheel of Fortune. Operator, please give me NBC. Get me Burbank.
Give me a break, now I know what it takes. I'm putting a new face on the old one, ready for anything. Playing with fate, not a moment too late. Showing the whole world nothing can get me down. Ooh, give me a break, yeah, yeah. Give me a break, 'cause I sure need one. Give me a break, yeah. I finally know where I belong. Give me a break, yeah. Give me a break, 'cause I sure need one. Give me a break, yeah. I finally know where I belong. Give me a break.
Ever since Taco Bell got these Rainbow Bright Sprites, we've had nothing but chaos. They couldn't just sit here and be cute. No, they had to sneak out and try the food. Now they're into the nachos, the taco salads. Nothing is safe. So why not get one to liven up your place? They're just $1.99 with each $2 meal at Taco Bell. But hurry, huh? I can't hold these guys down forever.
Rainbow Bright Sprites, only at Taco Bell. The cure for the common meal.
All McCrory and TG&Y stores have joined together to become America's largest 5 and 10. And now a wonderland of savings is in the mail, just in time for Christmas. Just look, 10 pages of gift wrap, ribbons, bows, and everything to trim the tree. 16 pages of toys and games, all the stuff for the stockings, and page after page of gifts for everyone. 100 pages in all, and all at low prices. If you didn't get your copy, pick one up at your nearest McCrory or TG&Y, America's 5 and 10.
No down payment, cash or trade.
No security deposit.
No first month's payment in advance.
On any of the dozens of 1987 new Crown Victoria luxury automobiles in stock at Long Lewis Ford.
If you choose this Crown, you'll get $700 worth of additional options at no charge.
Santa Claus must have already arrived at Long Lewis Ford, because no money will change hands when you lease your new Crown Victoria.
Long Lewis Ford in Bessemer with new fine print.
Sorry. Hot Pursuit is the name of the game.
Sorry.
It's payday. Uh-oh, bills to pay.
$500? You're in luck.
Let's make a deal.
It's a steal. It's only money. It's very funny.
Payday. Payday and sorry. Parker Brothers kind of fun.
Hey, $1,000. Come on, Nell, pick a letter.
Is there, a T as in the Temptations?
There are 2 T's.
Yes, yes.
That's $2,000.
Yes, yes.
That brings your grand total to $3,600.
Yes, yes.
Now, we're going to find out if Nell is going to solve this quotation or spin the wheel for more money on this special Friends Day edition of Wheel of Fortune.
Yes, yes.
But we have a word from our sponsor now, so turn your back so you can't study the puzzle board while we're gone.
Turn.
And we'll be right back.
I know the answer. I'm going to solve it. I'm going that trip to New York City. Oh, it'll be a dream come true.
Well, if you know the answer, solve it.
I am. You know what? The only reason I came with this show was so I can win that trip to New York City. It looks like I'm actually going to do it. You know, if you let me win this trip to New York, I will never ask for another thing. I promise you.
Nell, you're doing just great. You're just $4,000 away from that car.
And the car.
And welcome back. Well, what's it going to be, Nell? Are you going to solve the quotation or are you going to spin for more money?
I'm going to spin, honey. I'm going to spin for some big bucks.
Good.
Front-wheel drive. Go ahead.
And it's $2,000. All right, Nell, pick a letter.
Is there a G as in Gladys Knight and the Pips?
There are 2 G's. That's $4,000, your grand total, $7,600. What are you going to do?
I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it. I know the answer. The answer is give me liberty or give me a car.
No, Nell, I'm sorry, that's not right.
But I just solved it.
No, you have to give us the exact quote, and that's not it.
No, I just said give me liberty or give me... Oh.
Don't give it away. We have to go to your best friend, Addie. It's your turn.
You are not my best friend.
It's $900.
There you go. You look good in that dress.
Okay, Addie, pick a letter.
Is there a V as in vernal equinox and the pips?
Here they come, 2 V's, $1,800. We add that to your $600. You have $2,400. What do you want to do, Addie?
I want that trip to New York. I'm going to solve it. The answer is give me liberty or give me death.
That's it. Congratulations,
What do you mean, we?
I am truly sorry. We made the deal. It's my trip. You were the one who said, what you win is yours, and what I win is mine.
That was before I lost and you won.
Well, a deal's a deal, Miss Give Me Liberty or Give Me a Car.
Listen, miss, the last thing I want to do is to be stuck in New York City with you, Addie Wilson.
All right, here's
Nell's going to New York with Addie.
I don't know where they got a crazy idea like that from.
Well, you phoned from Los Angeles, said Addie was going to take you to New York. You did.
You can have a seat by the window on the plane.
I was going to take you anyway, you fool.
Oh, Addie, thank you. Look. Oh, this will be the trip of our lives. New York City. Oh, the Empire State Building, Park Avenue, oh, Broadway. Girl, you know, there was once a time in my life when all I wanted to do was just to sing on Broadway.
No, we bought you a little going-away present.
Oh, a carry-on. Be perfect for my extra shoes.
Just what you asked us to get you when you phoned.
We were going to have it monogrammed, but we didn't have time.
Besides, it was an extra $4.50.
Oh, Annie, look. My whole family's so thrilled about us going to New York.
Nell, you go to New York, you die.
Even the chief is thrilled.
What are you talking about, Chief?
Crime. Something I've devoted my life to. New York is not a safe place for a woman, especially if she's attractive.
Thank you.
Carl, stop trying to scare him, huh?
I want him to face reality. The last thing I want to do is scare them.
Huh?
I just want to prepare them for the likelihood that they could be mugged, assaulted, or terrorized by a homicidal maniac.
Carl,
huh?
Give you a piece of advice.
What?
Shut up.
I heard that everyone in New York has been shot at least once.
Well, it's not that bad, but it's in the ballpark. As soon as I found out that you were going, I got these statistics about New York from the police wire. I mean, I could show you things here that... Oh. You don't want to see this.
You know what the chief is trying to do, Addie? He's trying to frighten us into not going to New York. Honey, you want to buy a nice little carry-on?
Come on, now, we may never get another chance to go to New York.
You're right, Chief. Dangerous or not, Addie and I are going to New York City.
Wait, quit being silly, girl. These people look pretty nice. Ain't nobody gonna bother us. Right. Let's go pick up our luggage. This way. That way. Okay. Here's our baggage. Okay.
Addie, Smith has stolen my bag. I don't believe that? He only been in New York 2 minutes and already somebody swiped my bag. I see who did it. That crook over there. Look, he's not gonna get away with this. I'll call a cop. No, don't call no cops. Ain't no cops right here. You remember the chief said that he's the buddy system. Now look, this is the plan. You distract him while I grab the bag, okay?
That's the plan?
That's the plan.
I don't like the
Eddie,
plan.
come on, just do what I tell you. I'll tell you what to do. Just come do it, okay?
Got a light?
Sure.
Got a cigarette?
Sure.
Clumsy me. Got another one?
You all right, lady?
Sure. I'm a Pisces.
Suppose you want another light?
Please. Ah. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Howdy do. Get in the cab. Let's get out of here. Oh, yeah. Driver, the Beaumont Hotel. If you hurry, there's an extra 50 cents in it for you. There's an extra $1 in it for you. There's an extra $2 in it for you.
Can you recognize the early warning signs of a double pizza emergency? It's the 2 for Special. 2 specially made pizzas for a special low price. The 4-topper and the super pepperoni. Hurry, it's for a limited time only.
And I just thought I was seeing double.
2 for Special at Godfather's Pizza. What are you waiting for?
Are you looking for a new color TV, stereo, appliance, or furniture, but don't want to make a large down payment? If so, Allrenco is the place to go. They have low weekly and monthly rates, and you rent to own. And now, for a limited time, we're offering a special gift to everyone who rents any item for 2 weeks. This handsome 35mm camera with lens cover and case, it's yours free when you rent to own from Allrenco. Call today. Get it today. Get the picture?
Rent what you need and all brand new call. The only way to go.
Skittles, bite-sized candies. Oh, so smooth, splurging, snappy light, sassy, saving, super orange, sneaking, spunky lemon. Yeah, colorful candy shells, fruit flavors in the middle. Single-handed, bite-sized, candy-coated Skittles. Scrumptious grace, sharing, smile, sweet strawberry. Sorry, yeah. Taste our rainbow multi flavors in Skittles.
On Magnum, a family friend is kidnapped.
I just need you to help me deliver $500,000.
But the conspiracy is a killer tax dodge.
You left $500,000 in a crate on the side of the road?
It was ransom money, and those were the instructions.
And Magnum discovers that meddling
Dick kidnapped himself.
with family honor
Where is she?
is suicide. On Magnum.
Thursday at 4 on WBRC 6.
Well, we made it to the room.
Hey, we're in New York City. We're actually in New York.
Why don't you see what kind of view we got?
Okay. It's a peeping Tom.
He's a window washer.
Oh, All window washers are peeping Toms.
Come on, Nell, see what our view is like. They said we could see the Empire State Building from here.
Yeah?
Oh, Nell, the soap smells wonderful.
There's a free shower cap in here.
There's even a telephone.
Annie, come here quick. What? I think I see the Empire State Building. Where? Get over here. Get down here. Come on. Make it around. Hey, let's see. Oh! Isn't it beautiful? It's so majestic. Why are we down here on the floor?
I don't know. It was your idea.
I mean, New York City is out there.
You're right, honey. Let's go. Let's just start spreading the news. The West Coast kids have arrived. Hit it. Hey, hey. I ain't scared. Hey, come on. Don't worry about the news.
Whoa, wait a minute, wait, listen. Warning. We advise guests for their security that they keep their door locked, double locked, and chained at all times. Well, now that we got it locked, how do we get out of here? I don't believe this is the real thing. We are in New York on Broadway. Oh, Addie, you know I have always wanted to sing on Broadway. Look, Addie, there's a band playing there.
Oh, well, I'm going to go down here and get the theater tickets we wanted.
Now, come on, let's hear the band.
I don't want to hear a band.
Come on, Addie, I want to hear the band.
I didn't come to New York to hear a band.
Addie, I said I want to hear the band.
Well, why don't you just go over there and join them? You always said you wanted to sing on Broadway.
Funny.
I'll meet you back here.
They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. They say there's always magic in the air. But when you're walking down the street and you ain't had enough to eat, the glitter rubs right off and you're nowhere. They say the women treat you fine on Broadway, but looking at them just gives me the blues. But how you gonna make some time when all you got is a 1 cent dime, and 1 cent dime won't even shine your shoes? They say that I won't last for long on Broadway. I'll catch a Greyhound bus for home, they all say. But oh, they are wrong, I know they are, 'cause I won't quit till I'm a star, and I won't quit till I'm a star on Broadway. I'm gonna be on Broadway, gonna be on Broadway, gonna be on Broadway, gonna be on Broadway.
Now, it's raining.
Honey, I don't care if it pours. I want to see everything.
Oh.
Hey, where do you want to go next?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we should ask somebody.
Hey.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Yes, ladies?
Are you an out-of-towner?
No, I live here.
Well, we are out-of-towners, and, well, what should we go and see while we're here in New York?
Well, ladies, you're now in the Big Apple. Now, if you like to walk, as I do, the best place to walk is along Fifth Avenue. You'd walk up to Central Park. You'd stop at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, maybe stroll over to the Guggenheim, walk through the Central Park Zoo, And you ought to know this is the greatest, most thrilling city in the whole world. Uptown and downtown, east side, west side, all around the town. And at the end of the trip, don't forget to have a hot pastrami on rye.
You know, the way you talk about New York, you sound like the mayor.
Some people even say I look like him.
Are you mad, God?
See what I mean? Wait, I'll walk with you. How am I doing?
Excuse me, miss. Was that really the mayor of New York? Oh, well, yes, but no, I don't want to get involved. Hot pastrami, let's go, Lovely.
Okay, now, where do you want to go today?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Well, I know this sounds corny, but I've always wanted to see General Grant's tomb.
Well, that doesn't sound corny. I'd love to see Grant's tomb.
You think we could get a hot pastrami sandwich there?
Addie, we're in New York City. We could probably get a hot pastrami sandwich in St. Patrick's Cathedral.
Who are you writing to?
My mama. I'm telling her that I finally sang on Broadway, and I'm sending her that quarter that you gave me.
That's sweet.
No, it ain't. When I left home, she said, with a voice like yours, you'll never make a dime. Well.
Come on now. We don't want to keep General Grant waiting. You know how those Yankees are.
Okay, darling.
Oh, wait a minute. After yesterday, don't you think we ought to take an umbrella?
Oh, yeah, I got it in my case.
Okay. Say, after General Grant's tomb, do you think we could go to Greenwich Village and see some live people?
Oh, boy, I got the umbrella here with my extra shoes. It... Addie, why would the chief pack a gun in here with my boxer shorts?
A gun?
Yeah. Right next to that big cellophane bag with all that white powder in it.
A gun?
Yeah.
White powder? Well, I don't think this is your bag.
No, Addie, that's the bag I took from the man at the airport.
Now, I think that man is a drug dealer.
Oh, Addie, he could kill us for this.
Well, thank heavens he doesn't know what hotel we're in.
You really think so?
Hey, it's a big city. He'll never find us.
Yeah, you're right. I'll get that. Hello, Nell Hopper speaking. Hello? Hello? Hey, Addie. You know that man that you said would never find out which hotel we're in?
Yeah.
I think he knows which hotel we're in.
I can't stand here another minute. Let's go in the house.
Not till you get me some new furniture.
Crops are ruined. We don't have credit, and you want furniture?
Well, bare fields are better than bare walls.
Well, what can I do?
Rent it on the double with no trouble from Quick Rental.
I got it. Rented a whole house full of beautiful furniture. Easy payments, no credit hassle. Now, let's go in the house.
Not till you get me a fur coat.
Ho, 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 Crystal lovers. It's me, Cowboy Sid, and Seat of the Red-Nosed Wonder Horse. You know, at Crystal, the spirit of Christmas giving's already started with these here free money-saving Crystal coupon books. Now, Sheila, you tell them how much they can save with each book. That's right, $5 worth of money-saving coupons, and they're free. So hurry to Crystal, where Christmas starts early. You know, the only thing that's better than a free Crystal coupon book is a white Christmas.
As a Southern Belle, I grew up loving delicious Southern foods, especially Southern Belle hams. They're full of that true Southern flavor that makes me proud to serve them to my family and friends. And Southern Belle boneless hams are lean, hickory smoked, and 95% fat-free. When you want to know about the delicious flavor of Southern Belle hams, just ask a Southern Belle.
There's a difference you can tell in Southern Belle.
Great
tune, Ronald.
The McDonald's Happy Meal, guys.
Hamburger, soft drink, and fries. All regular size.
I'll make a note of that.
Bible Mouse Squitch and Tiger Cat.
Now McDonald's Happy Meal has colorful storybooks based on the new movie An American Tail.
Both like Swiss cheese ice cream. You do too?
4 storybooks in all, a different one each week when you buy McDonald's Happy Meal.
Your favorite hobby may be hazardous to your health. I'm Brian Pia. Join me tonight for this 6 on Your Side Consumer Report on WBRC 6 News at 10.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Clear, crisp, and bright. 7-Up has the feeling of Christmas.
Rent to own, right on the phone. Network.
Make yours a happy home for the holidays at Network Rental and save like never before.
Network.
With just a call, you can rent to own TVs, stereos, appliances, even furniture. And now, every time you rent, Network will give a toy to Toys for Tots. Together, let's help make a brighter holiday for hundreds of needy children. We at Network Rental wish you the happiest of holidays. Give us a call. Enjoy it tonight. Call now.
Monopoly's been good to me. Very, very good. Uncle, we want to be just like you. Rich.
Build hotels on Boardwalk in my Advance to Boardwalk game. The action is fast. The stakes are high.
I'm rich.
You boys catch on fast. Advance to Boardwalk and Monopoly. Parker Brothers kind of fun.
Wheel of Fortune tonight on WBRC Channel 6.